George Dingledye, and this is the Wabash Carnegie Public Library Oral History Program, and I'm interviewing Philip Woodward at the Wabash Carnegie Public Library, March the 4th, 1985, and this is our Vietnam Veterans Program. And Phil, I think the first question I'm going to ask you is just tell me a little bit about your background, your parents and your mother and father, and who they are and so forth.
My mother is Alberta Woodward. She was born in Niles, Michigan. Met my father in the Navy, stationed there. My dad's Benon Woodward. He's originally from Marion. I was born in Wabash on 7/15/47 at the Wabash Hospital.
School and all that? And
yeah, I went to Wabash High.
You graduated?
Didn't graduate. I ended up going into the service in my senior year. Knowing that I was going to get drafted, I decided to go into the Marine Corps instead.
When was that? What year?
That was in May 4, '65.
Okay, now tell me about, well, first of all, let's go back to your parents first, because this will be genealogy and so forth, anybody looking at it. What was your mother's maiden name?
Marks, Alberta Marks.
And she was from what town in Michigan?
Niles, Michigan.
Niles, Michigan, okay.
Just
good.
across the border there.
Yeah, good. Okay, let's talk about you're getting into your senior year at Wabash High School now, and you've lived a normal childhood and just goofed off and had a good time and went to school and so forth. And what motivated you to join the Marines?
Well, I've got a series of relation that was all in the Marine Corps. I've got two uncles and a few cousins that were all in the Marine Corps, and well, my uncle out in Wyoming probably inspired me the most. I looked up to him quite a bit. Plus, Vietnam was going on. I knew I was going to go to service, or I knew I was going to go to war probably. If I didn't join, I was going to get drafted, so I figured if you're going to go, you might as well get the best training you can get, and I figured the Marine Corps had the best program to offer.
So, okay, now tell me about going into the Marines and where you went in the training and so forth.
Well, I joined the Marine Corps in Marion,
Okay.
and that was on May 4, '65. Joined for 4 years. They sent me out to Camp Pendleton, California, where I pulled basic training for 4 months. Then I came home for 30-day leave and went to Staging Battalion in Riverside, California. It's where they stage people just before they get ready to ship them overseas.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to your first days in the Marine Corps and what happened and what did you expect and what were the other people that came in and so forth. I've heard some funny stories about because the protest movement was going on and some guys didn't really know what they were getting into and so
Well,
forth.
I wasn't too much involved with the protest movement. I was only 17. I had to have my parents' permission to even go in the service. Yeah, I can remember the first day I was received at receiving barracks. It was quite a thrill to me to meet my DI and all the personnel that I was going to be involved with. It was quite a shock to me, to be actually truthful with you.
Was the training directed at that time toward Vietnam?
Oh yes, from day one they told you was going to war and you better learn as much as you can.
And what was the basic training consisting of in those days? Were you getting jungle training or?
Yeah, it actually was. They train you most well in the Marine Corps. It's just as much mental training as it is physical training, but we were trained just little bits on different things like weapons, about 10 different weapons we would be using, and a little guerrilla warfare on how Charlie used his tricks and stuff like that, you know. But then after boot camp, they'd sent me to what they call raid school. It's where they teach you to rappel out of helicopters or to rappel off the side of mountains and stuff like that. That I think was extra training that they don't give everybody that training, but it was pertaining to Vietnam. Especially.
And then you went to the staging area after your training. Did you feel like you were adequately prepared by this?
Physically, yes, but mentally, I was never. Yeah. Even when I was in Vietnam, the first few weeks I was there, it just didn't seem like I was there, you know. It was hard to believe I was in a combat zone and people were trying to, you know, but I soon learned that that's where we were at.
Okay, but you say physically, and you think you'd had all the weapons training and everything that you needed?
Yeah, yeah. I think I could pretty much
Handle it.
say that I'd learned most of what I needed to know about weapons.
Yeah. Okay. All right, now you go to the staging area, and what happens?
Staging area is just pretty much a time of waiting to be shipped out, getting orders all straightened, and all this and all that. And they told us for a few weeks that we would be going to Okinawa and picking up what we call our 782 gear. That's our field combat gear, your backpack and everything that goes with it. Okay, the Army calls it something else, but the Marine Corps calls it 782 gear. Well, we got to Okinawa, and I ended up staying there 6 more months because I really wasn't old enough to go to a combat zone. They say you have to be 18 to go into a combat zone, but I stayed on Okinawa for approximately 6 months before I went to Vietnam then.
Mm-hmm. What'd you do there?
On Okinawa.
Yeah.
Trained. They took us into places called, they're called NTA area, individual training regiment areas or something like that. But they're actually what they are. They're jungles. They're the thickest jungles I've ever heard, other than being in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Just training, mentally preparing yourself to go to Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. But you were 6 months there. You must have got tired of it by this time.
Yeah. Needless to say. All we do is jog every day and train, and after 6 months I was quite tired of it. I was kind of really happy to go to Vietnam, just to have a change of pace. But
did they fly you out to Okinawa?
yeah. Yes, we flew from California to Okinawa on a C-141.
Mm-hmm. That was
Air Force plane.
Air Force was
Mm-hmm.
strictly all Air Force then.
Right.
Yeah. Did they have stewardess on the plane?
No, military personnel planes.
Yeah. And were you really crowded in there? Or?
Oh yeah. There was probably I'd say a few hundred at least on one plane, plus everybody's gear that we'd had at that time. Mostly clothing gear.
Yeah. Could you move around and?
Yeah, but they didn't like for you to get out of your seats.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to pretty much stay put.
Yeah, and this was strictly Marines.
Right.
Yeah. Were there any officers traveling with you?
No, just the Air Force personnel that was flying the
Yeah,
aircraft.
this
So
was strictly replacements, and they were flying you to Okinawa
Right.
to fill in the units. Yeah.
right.
Okay. After your 6 months are up, but incidentally, while you were in Okinawa, did you get any leave, or did you get in to do anything, or?
Well, we were what were called Cinderella Liberty,
Yeah.
where we could go out every day, but we had to be back by midnight that night.
Yeah. Where would you go?
Just into the closest town,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
whatever you do on Liberty.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so the 6 months are up, and you're 18. How much past your 18th birthday are you?
About 3 months,
Yeah.
approximately.
Yeah. And then what happens?
Then we get our gear ready, and we board a ship. I can't remember the name of the ship. It was a troop transport ship. Talk about being packed in like sardines on that one. Whew. They had us sleeping on like web cotting, 10 high.
10 high. Down
So
in,
could you imagine if you was the 10th person, you had to climb up past all them other people?
and that's down in the hold.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we stopped off at, we left Okinawa for Vietnam. It took us, I think, 22 days to get there by ship. We'd stopped off at Manila, Philippines, and did some practice landings. See, what we did was, when we left the transport ship, we would crawl down these ropes off the side of the ship and get into our LTDs. And then we'd hit the beaches in our LTDs. And we were practicing that. So it took us about 18, 22 days, something like that, to get to Nam from Okinawa.
The LTDs were there in the Philippines, just waiting for you to practice on. You weren't carrying them on the ship.
Yeah.
Well,
No. I'm sorry. What we did is when we stopped at Manila Bay in the
Yeah.
Philippines, we picked up a bunch of other ships.
Yeah.
We picked up some nuclear aircraft carriers like the Ticonderoga,
Yeah.
the Valley Forge, and the Enterprise.
Yeah.
So actually, when I hit the beaches of Vietnam, we was over 25,000 personnel strong.
Yeah.
It was at that time the biggest operation that they had put together so far.
Yeah.
It was called Operation Double Eagle Phase 1.
And this was going to be a landing that they were going to make at Vietnam.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And how did they go about it?
Well, we would just, there was probably 5,000 in my regiment that hit.
Mm-hmm.
We just hit the beaches, and we each had assignments to do. Our particular assignment was to travel inland like 6 miles and rendezvous with another company.
Mm-hmm.
And if you run into any resistance along the way, well, then you was to report it and handle the situation however you could do it.
Yeah. Okay. Someplace I've lost along the line here. You've been assigned to a regiment and a company and everything someplace?
Yes, I was assigned to a regiment when I first got to Okinawa.
Okay.
I joined an outfit that was already there.
What was it? What was it?
It was 3-1 was what it was. It was the 3rd Battalion, 1st Marine Division.
Yeah.
3rd Battalion, 1st Marine Regiment, 1st Marine Division.
Yeah. And they were training in Okinawa.
Right.
Yeah.
I joined a rifle company.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But had these guys been any place, or this was their first experience out there?
No, several of these guys had already been to Vietnam before, and they came back.
Uh-huh.
See, in the Marine Corps, everybody's got a job number,
Mm-hmm.
and it's called your MOS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my MOS was an 0311, which is the infantry.
Yeah.
Okay, in the Marine Corps, you've got to pull an 0311 MOS for 36 months.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you go to Vietnam for 13 months, and then you come home for a month. Then you go back to Vietnam again for 13 more months.
Mm-hmm.
And so actually you could end up making 3 different trips over there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of these guys that I'd joined up with had already been there once and come back.
Mm-hmm. Had they had any? What was their reaction to going back a second time?
They had, I don't think very many of them wanted to go back.
Uh-huh.
They had stories to tell that was kind of scary,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And then there were some few of them that just couldn't wait to get back either.
Yeah.
They just couldn't wait to get back over.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal there was, unless they loved killing people. But
But you then you went on this. They assembled this task force or
right,
amphibious operation, Double Eagle
Double
operation,
Eagle Phase 1.
and then you're going to Vietnam, and you're going to land at Vietnam, or you're just practicing.
No, we're landing in Vietnam on
Yeah.
an operation. It was a 31-day operation,
Yeah.
and
Where did you land?
I can't remember the name of the beachhead now.
Where was it close to? Do you remember that?
It was close to Da Nang. It was between Da Nang and Chu Lai.
Yeah. And this area had never been secured?
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Not in '65. I don't even think the war really didn't even get started until around that time.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, really bad.
Yeah. Was this the first big landing then that they had at Vietnam?
At this time, it was the biggest
Yeah.
that they've had. Like I say, it was 25,000 personnel strong.
Yeah. Did was there an overall commander, a Marine commander, Navy, Army? Who seemed to be the overall commander of the whole thing?
Well, our company commander was in charge of my company.
Yeah, but I mean of the whole Double Eagle operation. Was that an Army or a Marine operation, or?
The general was in charge of it. Was
Well, he's a Marine general.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
right.
All right. So
I think it was Westmoreland. To be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Yeah. So 25,000 of you guys are going to hit the beach above Da Nang there someplace.
Well, not all of us right there in that area. We're all strung out from one end of the beach to the other, a couple hundred miles.
Is this the first? To my knowledge, this must have been the first amphibious operation we'd had, probably since World War II or Korea, anyhow. I don't think
That I know of.
Yeah,
It
there
was.
hadn't been much amphibious up to this time.
No,
Yeah.
no, it was just like making a movie. When we hit the beach, we fixed bayonets and the whole works.
Yeah. Okay.
But
So you land, and is there any resistance at the beach?
yeah, we got mortared as soon as we got to the beach.
And that's your first time then? That's
Right.
first excitement that you're going to have.
Welcome to Vietnam.
Yeah. And anybody get hit, or?
Yeah, we had about 3 guys in the company got hit, got killed. The actual battle was not real close to me. Nobody in my platoon got hit at that time, and it took us a matter of about 2 hours to secure what resistance we were getting. It was mortars in the jungles is what it was.
Yeah.
They had positions in jungles, and it took us a few hours to find out where they were at.
Yeah, but you wiped them out then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What
Helicopters did it.
Was your, yeah, helicopters.
Yeah.
What was your first reaction to Vietnam? Sand
Sand and salt water.
and saltwater.
Yeah.
Was there any odor or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, it smelled just like a jungle, you know. You'd
Yeah.
have, it smelled tropical.
Mm-hmm.
Really did.
Yeah.
Plus, you could smell the sand and the salt and the sand and,
Yeah.
and the water and everything. But
Well, you move inland, then how far the first day?
oh, we traveled probably. We walked for 2 weeks before we even met resistance after that.
After that mortar
Yeah.
attack. And
We'd receive sniper fire from farmers.
yeah, from farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd take pot shots at us and then hide.
Yeah.
And we'd just continue on.
Yeah.
Then
Was
I
this
think
level ground or was it
No.
hilly or?
it was a combination. When we first left the ocean, it was all sandy, flat dunes, you know.
Mhm.
But then after we got a few miles inland and crossed a river,
Mhm.
it just started turning into jungle then, and mountains and stuff.
Yeah. Did you have trucks or
No,
tanks or
no, all foot.
All foot.
Nope, everything was on foot.
Yeah. You were living on rations or?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
And you go in and you start going up into the jungle and in the foothills of some mountains there, obviously.
I think it's Hill 327. It's called Marble Mountain.
Marble Mountain.
Right.
Okay, that's something that you guys are to secure, right?
Right.
Your company or your battalion or your
It was
platoon?
company strength, which would
Okay.
be 4 companies, or I mean 4 platoons.
And what day would they be in about this time?
February 22nd
Of what year?
of 65.
Of
66, I'm sorry.
And how old are you then?
I'm 18.
18 years old. February 26th is a big day in your life.
February 22nd.
22nd. Well, that's
The big
George
day-
Washington's birthday.
The big day was the 23rd.
23rd. Okay, tell me what happened on the 22nd.
Well, what we were doing was we were supposedly chasing Charlie up Hill 327. And there's...
That's the Viet Cong when you talk to
Right,
say
Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we refer to Viet
Yeah.
Cong.
Okay, you're chasing him uphill through.
Chasing him up Hill 327. We've got probably 4 different companies going up 4 different sides of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Charlie's on top of the mountain. He ain't got no place to go. He has to fight then. So what happened was he started putting out landmines and booby traps and stuff all along the way. And it started getting dark, so we had to stop for the night. Well, when we got off on the side beaten path, I'd run into a booby trap that my fire team leader set off.
Mm-hmm.
It was a booby trap called a Bouncing Betty.
Mm-hmm.
What it does is it's spring loaded, sits in the ground, set up with a tripwire, and when you trip the wire, it like pulls the pin out, and it bounces on an American from say waist to shoulder height, and then goes off in the air.
Mm-hmm.
But fortunately, I was bent over taking my E-tool off my pack, and most of it went over my head.
Is this shrapnel then? Or?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
just like
it's a
grenade.
homemade bomb. They
Okay.
rocks, nails, glass,
Yeah.
you name it. Anything they can get in it, they put in it.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one misses you.
No, I got hit by the first one.
You got hit by the first one.
Right.
Where?
You mean on my body?
Well, you were. I thought you were bent over and it missed you.
90% of it missed me,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
but it still got me.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is really the first day you're going up the hill then, going up to secure.
Third day
Third
up the
day you're
hill.
going to secure the hill.
Yeah.
And this is the 22nd.
Right, 22nd of February.
Okay. And the squad leader sets off this bouncing Betty.
Fire team
landmine.
leader.
Fire team leader.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're bent over working on your pack and what? Then tell me what happens.
It killed the fire team leader. It killed a couple of other guys. No, it didn't kill all 3 of them. It killed the fire team leader. It killed one other guy, and then wounded me and 2 other guys.
Yeah.
So actually, it got 6 of us all
Yeah.
together.
And how long had you been in Vietnam at this time?
I'd been there approximately 28 days.
28 days. And where did it hit you in the body?
Well,
Starting at your head, I guess.
yeah, from head to toes where it hit me.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got shrapnel all through the head. Had to sew my right ear back on. I've got plastic eardrums from this
Concussion?
Right.
Yeah.
They blew both my eardrums out. I've got it on both upper extremities and lost a finger. Got a glass eye. Hit me all on this right side of the leg.
Mm-hmm.
So it got me pretty good.
Yeah.
I pulled 13 months in the hospital.
Yeah. What was your first reaction after you get hit now?
I just started yelling that I couldn't see.
Yeah.
I thought I was blind.
Yeah,
I thought it put both my eyes out.
yeah. And did they, it was getting dark, you say?
Right.
Yeah, and what'd they do? Did they come and get you, or?
Hit it. Oh yeah. There was a corpsman to me within just a matter of seconds after I got hit, because I was with a couple of other 100 people, you know. And the funny thing about it is, it had been raining out for 2 weeks, and I mean raining hard, to where you couldn't even see hardly at times. And I'll bet within 5 minutes after I got wounded, they had 3 or 4 dry blankets over to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where they got them dry blankets at, I have no idea.
Yeah, I'll be done.
And then they just proceeded to cut all my clothes off of me and start dressing my wounds as best they could.
Mm-hmm. They have you on a litter then? They have a litter? And...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Put you on a litter.
I remember a guy, I think it was a corpsman, said that if you can keep him awake overnight, he'll be all right, or he'll live. If he stays awake all night, he'll live.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a good friend that sat up with me all night and kept talking to me, kept waking me up, saying not to go to sleep, not this and that. But it was about, daylight had just started coming out.
And you're still lying on this litter?
Right, all night long.
All night long.
Because it's too dark
Yeah, to move you down the
to
hill.
get anybody in there.
Yeah,
Well, the general called his helicopter in
Yeah.
to pick us up.
yeah, okay.
And,
Don't let me interrupt.
Okay.
Talk about it's getting light.
right,
And-
the general called his helicopter in to pick me and the other guy up that was wounded, or 2 other guys that was wounded pretty bad. And then after that, my platoon continued on to their mission, and they got ambushed real bad. There was 33 people in my platoon. 18 of them got killed, and every one of them got wounded.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every one of them did.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that are still alive, you know, a few of them got missing legs and arms. And it's pretty sad.
Okay. Did the corpsman give you some morphine or something like
Oh,
that to
yes.
slow you down for the night?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was no slowing me down. I couldn't even move.
Yeah. And were you still bleeding, or?
Right.
Yeah.
They give me plasma all night long.
Yeah. And how about your eye?
That didn't come out until later on when I was aboard the hospital ship Repose.
Yeah.
The doctor came in and asked me if I'd sign this piece of paper, giving him permission to take it out.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't hardly believe if that's what he said,
Mm-hmm.
but I signed it.
Were you able to see?
No, I didn't come to for about 3 days after I was aboard ship.
Yeah. But do you remember the?
When I woke up, all the rest of my platoon was aboard ship already.
Yeah. Do you remember the flight in the helicopter then?
Yes,
Okay.
very well.
And where did it take you to?
To the hospital ship Repose.
Oh, it took you right to the hospital.
Yeah,
ship.
it was a operation. It was a helicopter that they could do operations right on the helicopter
Yeah.
while they're taking you to the ship.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a well, it wasn't a Red Cross helicopter,
Mhm.
but it was like a flying hospital.
Yeah. Okay. And I bet you're glad to see that, even as
Oh.
bad as you felt.
Well, I didn't really, be honest with you, George. I was so numb I couldn't even feel my pains, my wounds really. Right after I first got hit, I remember yelling out that it was one of my own grenades that did it. And I remember looking down at my hand and seeing my finger. It was swinging back and forth on a piece of skin. That was all that was left of it. The bone has been severed. And when I seen that, I went into shock, and I don't really remember much after that until I woke up on board the hospital ship.
Yeah. Okay. They get you to the hospital ship, and I presume by this time you must be bandages from head to toe.
Exactly.
Yeah. And your hands are wrapped up, and your eye, and everything else.
Mhm.
And then what happened?
It was a matter of
The doctor came along and wanted to take the eye out. And,
well, they did about 3 or 4 operations on me, removing shrapnel. They took the finger off, patched up my body as much as they could, and they waited about a week. Then the doctor came in and wanted to take my eye out, and I told him I didn't want to sign it right yet. I wanted to wait a couple of days. He said, "Well, you can wait as long as you want," but he said, "There's no way you're going to be able to see out of it."
Mhm.
Soon, yeah. get it out, the sooner it'll start healing, you know. But
Was there a piece of shrapnel in it? Is that the problem?
yeah, right.
There was no way to get it out?
Well, you could get the metal out, but the damage was already done.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, well, you can see a little scar right there
Uh-huh.
where it went in.
Yeah.
But yeah, the damage was done. There was no reason to leave it in there.
Yeah.
The only thing that upsets me is that they didn't tie the nerves off when they took it out.
They didn't?
No, I saw it. Well, I mean, I'm not bitter at them about it because, you know, they was busy enough just keeping me alive.
Yeah.
They didn't worry about tying the nerves off. They was trying to keep me alive.
Could they tie them off now? Or?
No, there's no way I can have a transplant now.
Oh, I see. There's been a
Yeah, see, if they
possibility.
tie the nerves off, then possibility you could have a transplant
Yeah.
someday.
Yeah.
But there's no way I can have a transplant because they didn't tie them off.
Yeah. Okay, then you went from there to
Sasakawa Kai, Tokyo, to a hospital for another operation.
what were they operating on this time?
My knee. Then from there I went to.
They didn't want to wait till you got back to the States. They thought it was imperative that
No,
they do
it was
now.
too important. No, it was surgery that I had to have immediately
Yeah,
to keep me alive.
yeah, okay. So from there,
Then from there to the Clark Air Force Base in the Philippines.
okay, flew from Japan over
Right.
on a medevac.
Medevac C-141.
Right.
Then from there to Okinawa, at Kadena Air Force Base.
Back
stayed
to
in
where
the
you started.
Right back to where I started. The route they took was crazy because they went from Vietnam to Japan, then to the Philippines, and then back to Okinawa. And it had to be because of the hospital's facilities. You know, the reason they did that. Then from there, I went to Clark Air Force Base, or not Clark, but Travis Air Force Base in California. And then from there, I went to the Great Lakes Naval Training Center in Chicago, where I stayed there for, I imagine I was up there 11 months at least.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all a process of just healing up now.
Mm-hmm. Are you healing?
Yes,
Just
I'm completely healed as far as I
Yeah,
know.
but I mean, in this process, this 11 months, are you healing? And
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nurses and doctors are all telling me I'm doing real good. They actually, I was on what was called convalescent leave for the last 60 days. I'd come home for 30 days and then go back, and they'd look at me, and then I'd go back home again for another 30 days because they needed the bone. They needed the room for other people, patients.
what was happening at home? I mean, your mother and father had obviously been notified, and how did they first hear about it, and what was their reaction?
Well, they was notified by the Commandant of the Marine Corps by telegram that I'd been wounded, and that prognosis was very poor and condition is serious. My mom took it pretty hard. Well, Dad took it pretty hard too, from what people told me. But I'm here now, and everything's all right now.
Then was there any follow-up? How long was it before?
Yeah, a friend of mine got wounded here in town, and it was 6 months after I'd been discharged from the hospital. A friend of mine got wounded, Danny Howe, and he got hit with a 50 caliber machine gun, and I went back up to the hospital to see him. Well, it ended up he had the same doctor I did, and I got to BSing with my old doctor, and I showed him something on my body that I was curious about, and he immediately just put me in the hospital. He said, "Did you come up here to stay?" And I said, "No, not really. I come up to visit a friend." He said, "Well, you're staying."
What was it?
Well, the correct terminology it was arterial vena fistula, is what the medical term is. But what it was, I got wounded in the arm right here. Okay, an arterial like an artery, the vena like a vein, the fistula like a fusion.
Yeah.
Okay, what happened was I got wounded in the arm right here, and an artery and a vein grew together. Well, the blood was going halfway down my arm and then coming back up, and I wasn't getting any blood circulation in this part of my hand at all.
Yeah.
And boy, my hand started turning purple, and I showed it to him, and he immediately put me in the hospital. I was there for probably, I imagine 3 more weeks.
They did another operation then?
Right.
Yeah.
Worst operation I ever had in my life.
Why?
Most painful wise.
Oh, really?
Oh, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
See, what they did was they knew what was the problem. They knew an artery and a vein grew together, but they didn't know where. So they had to do a cardiogram. And what that involved was
Dye.
right,
Yeah.
black dye.
Right.
Well, they come in right here. They
Yeah.
opened up an artery right here.
Right.
Put this piece of wire in it, and run this piece of wire all the way up through my heart.
Oh, you're
I
conscious.
imagine you know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. All the way up through my heart, down my arm. Then they laced this rubber tubing onto this piece of wire and got it down there. And then they pulled the wire back out and hooked up a black dye gun to it.
Yeah.
And as they took the X-rays, they shot black dye into me. But
To find the spot.
yeah, to find the broken artery and the broken vein.
Yeah.
And then I got a scar from here all the way up to here. Goes
That's
all
from
the way
your elbow
down
to
my
your
arm,
shoulder. Yeah.
where they'd fixed that.
Yeah. That's elbow to shoulder. That's for the tape. It's elbow to shoulder.
Right, elbow to shoulder.
Yeah. But after they had notified him that you had been hit, and then what was the second message they got? How long was it till they found out?
They kept my mom informed quite a bit. They
Uh,
because nobody has the same experiences over
Yeah.
there.
okay, now we're recovered, and you have the last operation finally on your arm, and then what happens?
I'm civilian again.
Did they make any provisions to get you retrained, or did they want you to do
Oh
that?
yes, they've went out there. They're always sending me rehabilitation information on schooling or any kind of vocational or on-the-job training or people's got complaints about the VA and about the system. Boy, I sure don't. They have been good as gold to me. They really have.
Did they send you off with a pension or a disability or anything?
Well,
like
they give you a choice to settle for $25,000 cash or take a monthly compensation.
Which one did you take?
I took the monthly compensation.
Has it been better? Or?
When I first started receiving disability, I was getting $76 a month.
Yeah.
And I imagine since 66, I've gotten probably 15 pay raises.
Yeah. And what's it worth now?
It's up to $1,493 now.
Yeah, but you can't work either, basically.
They say I can.
Yeah. But I mean, how do you feel?
Physically, I feel like I'm 100%.
Yeah.
Physically, the only thing I can't do is see out my right eye.
Yeah.
Physically.
I'll
I can do, I shouldn't be saying this on tape, but I can do as much as anybody else can,
Yeah.
And really, it makes me feel bad because I get a pretty nice compensation check, and I don't have to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody I talk to say, well, you got it coming, you earned it,
You sure did.
But I don't know, it just makes me feel guilty, It makes me feel like I'm taking food stamps or something. But
Really?
yeah, really it does. I catch flack every now and then from certain people.
From whom? Well, I mean, what type of person?
American Legion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? What the hell?
Living
We're all in
off
the same boat.
Living off the government.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, from the taxpayers, But the American Legion is the only place I catch flack from.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems to be the last place you'd catch it from.
Well, it's kind of funny, like World War II veterans have even accused me of fighting the wrong war, and we lost the war, and they hold it against me just because I was in the Vietnam, that's not right.
Mm-hmm. No.
They assumed that every Vietnam veteran was a drug addict and that they was, crazy and stuff like this, but it's not fair, because, like I say, there's people at the Legion say that we shouldn't have fought the war, What was I supposed to do, go to Canada or something?
Yeah.
And they say we lost the war and all this and all that,
They're not putting you on.
No, they're
serious.
serious. They're serious. They're quite serious about it.
I'll be damned.
As far as I'm concerned, I won the war.
Yeah.
It was war. If we lost it, Washington lost it. I didn't, because I'm still sitting here talking to you. I won, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. True.
But yeah, you get tired of hearing that kind of stuff. Then, I don't know. Yeah, I do times feel guilty about that check.
I'll be damned.
I just don't, Well, George, there's so many guys laying there, was in the hospital with me that had both their legs blowed off, or an arm blowed off, or blind in both eyes, or, them guys deserve it a lot more than I do. They really do, as far as I'm concerned.
Do you have any pain at all now in the arm or leg or ears?
No, the only thing is My artificial eardrum is ring.
Ring.
Like the doctor told me, you got, like the hair in your nostrils, you got it in your ears too.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it vibrates, it causes a ringing sensation.
Mm-hmm.
So that gets kind of pain every now and then, you know. It's not a pain, it's just, to be honest with you, I can't sleep at night unless I got a fan on, something to, so I can't hear the noise.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the reason that they give you a pension.
Well, not really.
How about the, well, yeah, let me ask you some of the other questions since we're having a nice time here this morning.
Okay.
How about the protest movement? Did you see much of it either before
No,
you got
but
over
I-
there or
the
after
o-
you got over there or when you got back?
I'd heard it when I was over there, just started catching it. And what made me furious, especially what Jane Fonda was doing. No, I couldn't stand it. Here she is, she's donating thousands of dollars for medical supplies to the VC, which is our enemy, you know. That's kind of a slap in the face to me. The college protesters kind of aggravated me too, because I didn't want to go over there, you know. Nobody wants to go to a war.
Mm-hmm.
But at least I did go, you know. I didn't go to Canada or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't make sense to me that all the protesting going on here in the States.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you see any of it while you were there?
No,
Nothing within the...
not in Vietnam. No, I was in the field every day.
Yeah.
I was in Vietnam.
But you didn't see with any of the others or anything like that?
No, I didn't see any drug dealing or anything going on over there.
Yeah.
No.
How about blacks? Were there any blacks in the platoon or in the company?
Oh yeah, it was probably 50-50.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
In the Marines?
yeah.
And what was the relationship?
Not very much of one. Well, I mean, blacks hung out with blacks and whites hung out with whites.
Mm-hmm.
But when there was a job to do, there was no color there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like the corpsman that came to me when I got wounded was black.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got, you know, I don't have nothing against blacks,
Mm-hmm.
not at all. But
When it was off duty, there wasn't that much socialization or...
there was a few that I run with,
Yeah.
a couple of them.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of them that I want nothing to do with either.
Well, that's any place.
I mean, nothing to do with.
Yeah. Did you see any Agent Orange? Or were you exposed to Agent Orange?
No, I don't.
I sound like I'm a...
I never took the physical for it, George.
Yeah.
I figured since I've been out, well, 23rd of last month is 19 years since
you've
I
been
got
out.
wounded.
Yeah.
And I figured since it's been 19 years, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm in the tip-top shape of health right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just assumed that I was not, you know, exposed to it. Or I would have broke out by now.
Yeah.
And I never seen it then used either.
This may be a funny question, but I saw they interviewed one of the Vietnamese officials, the Viet Cong officials on TV.
North Vietnamese.
Well, it's all there.
Yeah, now, but
they got the whole
when
thing.
I was there, South Vietnamese
Yeah.
was supposed to be
Yeah.
on our side.
But they've got the whole thing, and he was interviewing this North Viet Cong, and who was the Minister of Defense or something like this, and he made this statement, and I'm rather curious to know what your reaction is. He said that the Americans were pretty anxious to get over there and to blow the place apart and blow the enemy off the hills and everything like that. Why don't they come back and bring some money for reparations and help clean the place up, help put the place back in shape?
You mean the United States?
Yes. What's your reaction to that?
Well, since there's no more South Vietnam, and that's who we were fighting for,
Yes.
I wouldn't think we should put a penny in the North Vietnam. I mean, the only thing that I think that we should concentrate on is if there's any Americans left over there to get them back here.
Yeah.
You know, if it takes money to get them back here, well, then pour as much money into it as it takes. But as far as rehabilitating the country, I wouldn't. We waste enough money the way it is.
Yeah. Did you have much contact with the South Vietnamese Army, or?
Not really. There was a couple of units attached to us, but we weren't very close to them.
Yeah.
I never got to talk to them or anything.
You never saw what their efficiency was or their level of...
No, their
readiness?
efficiency wasn't very good.
Yeah.
we was in a firefight one afternoon, and there was wounded personnel laying on the ground. They flew helicopters in to pick them up. Well, the helicopters had to leave without the wounded because the South Vietnamese were trying to get aboard the aircraft to get out of there. You know, here's the guy in the helicopter. He's kicking these people out the door, trying to keep them, you know, hundreds of them trying to get on the airplane, and you can only get 10 in there. Well, they'd have to take off and leave the wounded guy laying there on the ground. They couldn't even get him aboard ship. So when I seen that, I didn't think very much of the South Vietnamese.
Have you joined any veterans organizations since you've been back?
Yes, I belong to the VFW and the Disabled American Veteran, both. And I've belonged to the Legion a few times off and on, but I, for some reason, just can't keep my membership up, you know, there.
Do you think that you find sometimes a nostalgia for war, that was an exciting time? And
No.
Not really?
Not really. It was an experience that I don't ever want to experience again.
Once was enough?
I would think so, yeah.
Did you come back, and didn't you take some trips down back to the Pacific or something?
Yeah,
What was that arrangement that you had?
well, in the military, if you're medically retired from the
Which you
service-
are now.
Right, I'm 100% disabled from the service.
Right.
If you're 100% disabled, you've still got access to military aircrafts. You'd be like a class 5, I think it is. But when I first got out of the service, I did do some traveling around by military aircraft that was quite enjoyable. I can still do it, but I can't talk my wife into doing it for some reason. She's terrified of airplanes.
What did you do?
Well, I just traveled for about 4 or 5 years. I went to Australia 3 times and went to New Zealand 3 or 4 times. And actually, I spent 3 Christmases in a row in New Zealand. And they were probably the high points of my life. The greatest fun I had. But then I traveled around a little bit. And, well, I tried to get to as many countries as I could. But that didn't last going that direction very long. I went to Japan and went back to Okinawa, where I was stationed as a civilian. That was something else there too. Went to Bangkok in Thailand. I went up there to see the bridge over the River Kwai, see what it looks like, you know, because I'd heard about it. Well, I got to Bangkok and found out I was only 57 miles from South Laos, which was a combat zone. And, I mean, I turned around and got right out of there. I thought, boy, what are you doing over here?
You can go back to war again.
Well, I could have got arrested
Yeah.
for being a spy or something.
Yeah,
You know?
that's
57 miles from a combat zone.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't know, what are you doing over here?
Have you seen the wall in Washington?
No, I haven't.
What do you think of it?
Well, it's something, you know, a tribute to Vietnam veterans. It's, you know, it's, you just can't express enough to the loved ones of people lost, you know. I think the monument itself, I've got nothing against it, you know. I've heard stories that a lot of people don't like it because it was designed by a Vietnamese person, a woman, you know, and they say this and that, whatever they want to say. But I think it's a nice tribute. It really is.
I think it was designed by a Chinese American.
Or Chinese or something.
Architect.
Yeah. I've heard people
Well,
complain about it, you know.
Well,
It's for American people, and here you are letting a Chinese person design it, you know.
But you
you're
have
gonna
no
have
desire to see it, or you don't?
Oh yes, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it someday, but I've just not gotten to Washington yet.
Yeah. Well, they say that it's a tremendously moving experience to see the wall and to just go along and read the names.
Now I can't see where it'd be very exciting to me.
Yeah.
I've got a few names that I'd like to look up on it, but I remember the people, not the names.
Yeah. Well, that's true. What awards did they give you when you were, before they put you out? I shouldn't say put you out, before they retired you.
I couldn't really answer this, George, on all that. They give us the Purple Heart. There's been a few awards issued for the operation that I was on. Like they got a Presidential Unit Citation, and there was another. What the heck was that one called? Can't remember what they are now. There's probably 7 or 8 different awards that they've given to the outfit itself. I personally never received any awards for, no Silver Star or Bronze Star or anything like that.
They gave you your Purple Heart, though.
Oh, right, yes. Yeah, they...
do you ever, are you in touch with anyone in the old outfit?
One person.
And
his name's Abel Follett. He's a full-blooded Indian, lives in Fraser, Montana. He was my old buddy when I was stationed on Okinawa.
Was he wounded then before he got out?
Yeah, he was wounded too.
And he's slid back into civilian life okay?
Yeah, but if you know what civilian life on an Indian reservation is, it ain't very much. I went to Montana and seen him since I've been on service, and it's sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad the way Indians are treated. It really is. Dirt houses, or not dirt houses, but dirt floors in their houses, and it's really sad the way the American Indians being treated. It really is, and they're trying to treat them worse now. They're still trying to take land from them. But
who'd you marry?
I married Trudy Fulton
From Wabash?
from Wabash. Right, her father works down a container. He's
Ed? What's his first name? Is it Ed Fulton?
No, it's Bob. Bob Fulton.
Okay.
He's worked down there for 20-some years. He's head electrician down there.
You don't have any children?
No, not
Do you
yet.
think you ever will?
Oh yeah, we both want children, but we have just haven't. I think it's something that should be planned. And
Well, how old are you now?
37.
37.
Yeah.
And
my
she's
wife's-
not your age.
No.
She's younger than you. And prettier, too.
Far prettier.
But you are going to have children, you think?
I'd like to, yes. I
The
realize.
wounds didn't get any of your
No,
reproductive...
no. No, I'm 100% on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to have some kids someday.
Yeah.
When I'm ready for them.
Yeah.
I know 37 is getting old, but I know people that's older than 37 that's got young kids.
Did you have any problems when you got out with drinking or drugs or...
I did with drinking.
How old were
I
you
mean,
when you got
it
out?
wasn't a problem.
Yeah, how old were you when you got out?
I was only 19. That was what was the problem was. Here I'd just come back from Vietnam, and I'd fought a war and almost died for my country. And then they tried to tell me I couldn't drink a beer. So I just did it behind their back, And I got arrested for minor possession too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And that's something. Just got back from Vietnam and they arrested you for drinking a beer.
Here in Wabash?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be damned.
They dropped charges on me, but still, it's kind of a weird situation. You can go out and fight and die for somebody, but yep, you can't drink a beer with them. But that's the law, and you got to abide by the law. So, no, I've never had any problem with drinking.
You want to stay in Wabash the rest of your life?
Well, that I've considered here the last few years. I imagine my folks are in their mid-60s now, and to be honest with you, George, if they both die off, I don't know if I'd stay in Wabash or not. I like Wabash, I really do. If I was to move somewhere else, I don't know where to be.
Did you ever finish your high school diploma?
Right, yeah, I did that through the Marine Corps.
And you have your GED then?
Right,
yeah.
right.
Okay, fine. You never thought of going to college or anything?
No, just don't think I've got the mental tools to do it. Really don't.
Do you check into the VA hospital very often to check up? Or
Not
anything?
very often at all. Well, I did here last, 3 months ago. I went to Indianapolis for a complete physical. But the only time I do it's when the VA send me a notice to come down, which is about once every 4 years.
Yeah.
Supposed to once a year, but all of my disability is permanent. So they just, once every 4, 5, 6 years, they call me down there.
They give you a pretty good physical.
Yeah, from head to toe.
Yeah. Take all day or a couple days? Or?
It takes about 8 or 9 hours to take a physical.
Yeah.
From one spot to another.
Yeah.
Oh, I imagine they took 20 x-rays of me last time I was down there.
You still have shrapnel in you?
Oh, yes. Just saturated with it.
Does it ever work out?
Yeah, every now and then I go up to Wabash Hospital and have them remove some of it.
Yeah. You got to learn how to do it yourself.
Yeah, save a lot of money. They only charge me $10 a piece, though.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
For every piece they take out?
There's a piece right there, Spotty. Come on, feel that in there?
Yeah.
$10.
Then all they do is just cut the skin and
Yeah,
lift
they
it out.
just stick it, put a note so you can see all the dirt and metal and everything stuff in there.
I'll be damned. And it's in your head and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got x-rays in my arms, in my hands,
Yeah.
in my head. You can't believe all the shrapnel that's in them x-rays.
Yeah.
The lady up at the Wabash hospital said, there's something wrong with this film. The x-ray won't, the x-rays keep coming out messed up. And I said, let me see them. I said, no, they're all right. That's just metal in me.
Yeah. Was that much?
Yeah, that's that much in it.
I'll be
Oh, you wouldn't believe the chunks of metal.
Yeah. But it just keeps, it'll eventually work its way out.
Not all of it.
Not all, some of it just stays in.
Some of it is worked over to this side of my body.
How's that?
And I didn't get wounded on this side of my body.
What's it do? Go in your bloodstream? Or
Yeah, it
something?
just gets in my system and somehow works from one side to the other.
Huh. You could go to the VA and have that cut out.
I did for a couple of years, but they told me they don't have time to take it out. Just to quit coming back. They said you got too much of it in you and we ain't got time to take it out.
Yeah.
And it kind of upset me, because the last time I went, there was metal certain places that was really mentally
Sensitive, huh?
well, it was right there in the middle of my forehead.
Yeah.
Was a piece. Then there was a chunk over here on my right temple.
Yeah.
And then 2 places there. If I got struck with a baseball or a basketball or something like that, it could hurt.
Yeah.
Could do something, I think.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that scares me about why they pay me 100% disability.
Now, do they pay for this removal, this $10?
No, I pay for that.
Yeah.
If I went to the VA hospital, it'd be for free.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that you could force a showdown and have it taken out if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure I could.
Of course, it'd be more of a pain to get down there and get it out and get back.
Yeah. But Wabash does a pretty good job.
And
Dr. Day out there, he does a pretty good job.
They just cut the skin. Do they sew it then or not?
Yeah, they put stitches in it.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of this interview?
I don't feel like I'm telling you very much.
I think it's been rather interesting.
Well, I'm glad. I hope it's some help to you. I really do.
Yeah, everybody has a little different story to tell.
Uh-huh.
And I like to know what the reactions.
Mm-hmm.
Your problem was you're only there 21 days or 31 days.
Right.
Yeah, that was the big problem. Good or bad, you were only there 31 days.
Yeah. Well, it was the proudest thing I ever did, George. Really, being in the service, fighting for my country like that.
Great.
It really was.
Well, I think it is.
It's the high point of my life, really.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody ever asked me what you ever did, to contribute, I'd have to say that.
Mm-hmm. Great. I think you look good.
I feel good.
Yeah.
If I could lose about 15 more pounds.
That's hard to do.
But everybody's 15 pounds overweight.
Very true.
It is hard to do.
Yeah, great.
A lot harder to take it off and put it on.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what they're going to do. They'll type this up. They'll send it to you for correction.
Okay.
On names, dates, and add whatever you want to, or subtract what you want to, and send it back, and then they'll tighten it up, put it in a form, and stick it in the library up there.
Okay, fine.
So this is George Dingledye.